Okay, so on today's video, I'm going to show you the Constar bridge. This is loaded with my crew. Those of you who've seen Constar the motion picture, it's going to look a little different than the ending of that movie. The game, Star Trek Online, it places the characters wherever it sees fit. So that being said, yeah, it's going to be a little bit different, and that's okay. But it took me a little bit to buy this bridge, and yeah, this I can't tell you how happy I am to. It took, like I said, it took me a while to get here, and get these characters where they need to be. But I'm pretty happy with the layout. So that being said, let me come on over here, and you guys recognize this guy. He's in his straight jacket, or at least a uniform that's inspired from his straight jacket, and this guy is Sanders. I put him in an all-white uniform with the red division stripe. He's got his good old token glasses there, and yeah, he's at his he's where Tamara would have been, and that's where he is. So he's working some of the science station. So that's kind of what he does. He works some of the science, but it's awesome to see Sanders, or an interpretation of the character of Sanders, on the bridge. And no character can actually sit here at the engineering station. I don't know why. So for those of you who are fans of classic Constar fan films, here is... Oh, stupid me. Hide this. There we go. There's Menard sitting at the old engineering station where he used to sit back in the day. So actually, to be more appropriate, let's see, change outfit. Let's put him in this one. Is that would have been when he was captain of the Constar? But maybe he wanted to go visit engineering or something. Just check it out. Or, if we want, maybe he was captain of the Constar, and he was like, well, let me go check out engineering and I'll see what's going on here. So that's kind of cool. So that being said, let me put my Terra knife away here. Let me change outfits again. So here is... There we go. There's Eobard. I don't know why they have this character sitting like he's throwing a temper tantrum, but every character that has sat in this chair, even the NPCs, and all of these characters are NPCs. None of them actually do anything. But everyone, even the computers, who sit in this chair, have their hands folded. So I guess maybe they're trying to give the impression that they're just observing the view screen. I don't know, but to me it just seems like somebody's pouting, or somebody just got sent to timeout, which I think is ironic that it's Eobard that is sitting here. So I gave him a uniform that's very similar to his cadet uniform at the end of Constar the motion picture. It was inspired by that. There's nothing really that's close to that. So I gave him the DS9 Latter Seasons uniform. He just did both the turtleneck and the shoulders blue, and then the rest of the uniform gray. So yeah, I think it came out pretty decent. It's not an exact match, but it's close enough. And I think from a distance, it looks just fine. So, and then over here we have Mikkel, and she's at her station, the science station, in the good old blue uniform. I would imagine if we were on the ship, had the Constar series gone further past Constar the motion picture, she would have been probably one of the few people that went back into a classic Constar uniform. She seems to me to be, even though she left command, she seemed to be one of the people who took Starfleet more seriously a little bit than the others. Being a captain, and more so than a captain, but a command officer. So to me, I put her in the actual uniform itself, and I really like how she looks in that. So, and then my good friend Greg, who in the film would have actually been more here, but the tactical station's here for him, and that's what he is in the game. He's a tactical officer, which he's a pretty good tactical officer. But there we go. That's a little better. But that's him. He's got a look very heavily inspired by Constar the motion picture, which is black jacket, blue jeans, and I gave him some black gloves just for I figure that kind of fit the time aspect of the time agent aspect of the character, and it's kind of funny because when the character talks to the screen, and when he's actually talking to the captain, it looks a lot like Greg in real life, or as you guys would know him as Donovan Mitchell. So it's uncanny. I was very proud of that. I think I got him right. But I love seeing him at that station. Yeah, I think it looks really cool. I think that's awesome. And then we come down to these two. We have Russo. So for whatever reason, and again, you don't have any say-so in the picks of where you put your people. And it's kind of a guessing game of where, when you hire a person, where they're going to go on the bridge. So it's kind of, okay, this guy went here, I'm going to let go of this character, I want to put him here. And this station is engineering, so I needed an engineer to go here. So that's why I put Russo there. So I think I did pretty good on Russo. And he has the jacket, just like he did in the Constar the motion picture. Because I felt if he stayed on the ship, I feel like he would be one of those, he'd be a little bit more lax after 20-some years of being a captain rank in engineering, having his own scav yard. So I feel like, he'd be a little bit more lax in that guard, and, yeah, so that's him, that's Russo, and I feel like that came out pretty good. And then over here we have Ruiz, guy who famously crashed the Constar ship. And there we go. So he has long hair in Constar the motion picture, but I gave him a ponytail here because I figured it fit the character more. At least at this stage, I figured if you're coming back to Starfleet and you're going to be an officer, I figured that would suit. I figured that would suit him more for being at this age and this character, and I just felt it looked a lot better than just being let down per se. So I think this looked really good on the character, and I like seeing these characters on the bridge. Let's see. So yeah, I think seeing like Sanders there, and then scrolling across, seeing Eobard, seeing Ruiz, Russo, Mitchell. I think seeing all of them, like I think that is really cool. Like these people, this group of people. Like I know there's other fan films, but to me, it's like we have a really great group of people here. And this, to me, is, I think, one of the greatest groups of people that that you could ask for in fan films, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think of my friends whenever this happens, whenever I think of fan films, and they're the ones that keep drawing me back in, I mean, just look at that picture. That's cool. That is cool. And then full screen ahead. I mean, that's to me, it's to see characters that I've created in fan films. I mean, it's I've been on both sides of the camera, and that's one thing. To see these characters reinterpreted um, in a video game format, especially something as in depth as Star Trek Online, is another. And that I feel very blessed to get to see this character, these characters on this ship recreated. You know, it's cool. So that being said, oh, that's kind of blinding. So that being said, I think tomorrow I will be beaming down to Starfleet Academy, and let's see. Yeah, I will leave the ship's interior and beam down to Starfleet Academy. So keep on geeking on, guys.